Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another meal prep video. I'm super excited to share 6 healthy recipes with you today. I am going to be making some breakfast, some snacks, some lunch, and even some things I think that could be used for dinner as well. So I hope that you're ready for some healthy meal prep inspiration. Today's video is sponsored by Your Super. I'm going to share with you how you can incorporate their superfood powders into 2 of the recipes I'm going to be sharing today. So they're definitely not just for smoothies. You can use them in tons of other recipes as well. I'm going to be sharing more in the video, but if you guys want to get 15% off your order at Your Super, you can click on the link in the description box below and use code Chapin to get 15% off. So what we're going to make in today's video are some chocolate peanut butter energy balls. These turned out really good. I've never made a recipe like this before, but I was able to incorporate the superfood powder into those. So really good and great for a snack on the go. I'm also going to be making some tabouleh. This is a bulgur wheat salad with tons of fresh veggies and parsley. Super refreshing and delicious if you've never tried it before. I'm also going to be making some smoothie packs, and this is sort of an innovative way to use up frozen fruit. I'm going to be incorporating some nut butter and obviously the Your Super superfood powders, and this is a great option because they are just grab and go, super quick to make smoothies during the work week. I'm also going to be sharing a healthier peanut butter banana muffin recipe, as well as some chicken burrito bowls. I've been wanting to make these for a while and finally made it happen this week. And then last but not least is a recipe for instant pot hummus, which is my new favorite way to make hummus. So you are not going to want to miss this. Let's get started. So we are going to start out with these chocolate peanut butter energy bites, and these turned out so good. I have my food processor out here, and I'm going to start by putting 1 cup of rolled oats, and then I'm just going to process those until they look like fine crumbs. Next, I'm going to add some ground flaxseed meal, and this is where you can kind of get creative with your add-ins for these energy bites. I'm going to use about a tablespoon each of the superfood powders from the Superwoman bundle. You guys can check that out on the yoursuper.com website, but these powders include Chocolate Lover, Energy Bomb, Forever Beautiful, Moon Balance, and Plant Collagen, and these superfood powders help balance your hormones. They definitely boost your energy, improve your mood, and also support skin health. So don't forget to check out their site down below. You guys have seen me use their superfood powders in smoothies before, but I've also used them in oatmeals and other recipes, and I really think that they are a quality product that you can be proud to consume. I also added some nut butter and honey to this, and I'm going to add a pinch of salt. For the nut butter, I used half peanut butter and half cashew butter. Both were unsweetened. You could definitely use whatever nut butter that you have on hand, and then I'm just processing this until it comes together. And you can see here that it's super easy to form these into balls. You could also add chocolate chips to these if you wanted to, but I did not because, again, I used that Chocolate Lover powder from Your Super. If you guys try anything from them, definitely try the Chocolate Lover powder. You can order their superfood powders either in bundles or individually, and they also have other products on their website. So if you guys want to get 15% off your entire order at Your Super, you can click the link in the description box below and use promo code Chapin for 15% off. So once I got all of these rolled into balls, I just placed them on a baking tray that I line with parchment paper, and then I'm going to sprinkle half of them with unsweetened coconut. Not all of my kids and us in the household like coconut, so I did not want to coat them all. And then once I was done with that, I popped them into the fridge for about 15 minutes just to firm up, and then placed them into a container for storage. Both my kids really like these. They are not super sweet, but they are definitely a great source of fiber and superfoods, and it's a great snack for when you are craving something sweet. So next up, we're going to get started by making some tabouleh, and if you've never had this before, it's a really fresh salad made with bulgur wheat and lots of fresh parsley and veggies. So I'm starting out by rinsing and washing my parsley, and then I'm going to spin that dry in my salad spinner. Next is the bulgur wheat, so I'm just going to put half a cup of that in a bowl and cover that with boiling water, and then you can just let that sit for about 15 minutes until it's soft. While that is sitting, I'm going to chop up my fresh veggies. So I will link link this recipe down below, and any recipes I use in this video, I'll either link down below or type out in the description box so you guys can have those for your reference. But I love this salad. I haven't made it in a while, and I had some fresh mint on hand, and so that's why I ended up making it. But I also chopped up some green onions, and next I'm going to chop up some mint. And really the base of this salad is tons of fresh parsley. You need 2 cups of chopped fresh parsley. I really wanted to use flat leaf parsley, but my store did not have it. So I used curly and it turned out just fine. But once I chopped that up, I put everything into a bowl and then I'll stir it together. The dressing for this is super simple. It's just salt, lemon juice, and olive oil. And you could also add feta cheese to this if you wanted to. I did when I ate it, but I did not put it in the bowl with the rest of the salad. Next, I'm going to chop up some tomatoes, and I'm just trying to chop these up into as small of pieces as possible. And you do want to leave the juice in the tomatoes. That will help kind of moisten the bulgur wheat. So next I'll need lemon juice, about a 1/4 cup of that. So I'm just squeezing my lemons into a measuring cup, and then I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, some pepper, and some salt, and then I'll just give that a stir. You can taste it and see if it needs any more seasoning. I'll add the bulgur wheat, and this salad is definitely super hearty. It holds up well in the refrigerator for probably up to 4 days, I would say, and it's definitely a great side for dinner, or you could also use it as a lunch as well. So I'm just popping that into a meal prep container, and I'll get that into the fridge. We had this the other night when we ate sort of like a Greek inspired dinner with some roasted chicken and hummus and naan bread. So good. Definitely try this recipe out if you haven't. So next up, I'm going to be making some smoothie packs, and the reason why I wanted to make these is because during the week, I need super simple and quick options for either my breakfast or my kids' breakfast, and having everything together in a bag in the freezer just makes it so much easier to pop this into a blender with a little bit of plant milk, and boom, you've got a smoothie. So I've got these reusable plastic bags. I got these at Target. I really like them. I can link them down below, and all I'm doing is I'm filling these up with some frozen fruit. So I have some frozen berries, some pineapple, and some frozen bananas. And then I'm putting about 2 teaspoons of each of the superfood powders from the Your Superwoman bundle into the pack, along with some nut butter. And that's it. You could totally customize these however you wanted, but having everything together in one package is just so simple. It seems like it wouldn't save you a lot of time, but quite honestly, it does. So here's what those looked like once I got them into the reusable packs. I popped those into the freezer, and we've been having them this week as smoothies for breakfast. Okay, so next up is a healthier recipe for banana chocolate chip muffins. I don't know about you guys, but my kids get off the bus at the end of the day so hungry after school. They come inside and automatically they're like, what can we have for a snack? So I'm starting out with 2 super ripe bananas in my stand mixer. I'm going to add 2 eggs, and this is a recipe that I've made before and I got it online, so I'll be sure to credit and link that recipe down below. I'm also adding some milk and a couple tablespoons of avocado oil, and then I'm going to add about 3/4 of a cup of peanut butter. This is unsweetened peanut butter. I've definitely been trying to use more unsweetened nut butters as we try to cut more sugar out of our diet. I added 1/2 cup of oatmeal, and then I'm also adding a 1/4 cup of the Swerve brown sugar. The recipe calls for regular brown sugar, but again, we're trying to cut down on our added sugar, so I use that. And then I'm adding about 1/2 cup of the Lily's chocolate chips. These are great, and my kids really can't even tell the difference between these and regular chocolate chips, sweetened with regular sugar. So I would definitely recommend those. And then just mix the batter together, until it is cohesive. I have 2 muffin tins here. The recipe says that this makes 12 muffins, but I actually find that I get more out of it. I usually get about 20 muffins out of it. So I have some super cool Paw Patrol muffin liners here that I'm trying to use up. So I'm going to put a little bit of batter into each of those. I like to use an ice cream scoop. It makes it super easy to portion it out. And once I have those into the muffin cups, I'm going to bake these. Just make sure you watch these. For some reason, these particular muffins do tend to bake a little bit faster, but here's what they look like when they're done. They are definitely delicious. You get some chewiness in them from the rolled oats, and the chocolate peanut butter banana combination is definitely a winner. Definitely try them either for yourself or for your kids. So next up, we're going to be making some chicken burrito bowls. This is one of my favorite meal preps to do for busy weeks. And I have some marinated chicken here. I actually got this at Aldi. It's just chicken breast that's been marinated in a cilantro lime marinade, and it's really, really good. If you see it there, definitely pick it up. If you don't have this in your grocery store, you could totally make it yourself also. But I just put it on a baking sheet and I baked it at 400 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes until the chicken is cooked through. I removed it from the oven and let it cool until it was cool enough to handle, and then I'm just chopping this into small cubes. So I'm trying to do sort of like the copycat Chipotle burrito bowl. So I was trying to chop up the pieces sort of small like they do theirs. And next I'm going to put the chicken into a meal prep container. And for this particular meal prep, I do like to leave the components separate. I'm also going to be putting rice and beans in these bowls. You could also use corn salsa or whatever you like. But I just find when I keep the components separate until the day I want to eat them, that it works out better that way. So I'm also going to make some brown rice to go in these bowls. This is my favorite method for baking brown rice or cooking brown rice. You put the rice in a casserole dish, you add a little bit of butter and some salt and some boiling water. Then all you do is cover that with foil once you kind of stir to combine it, and you bake it in the oven for an hour. If you struggle with cooking rice on top of the stove, definitely try this method. It is super fail proof and it's a great way to meal prep rice. That way you can use it throughout the week for sides or fried rice or anything that you want. So after that is done cooking, I just fluff it with a fork and then make sure you allow it to stand for about 10 minutes uncovered so that the rice doesn't get mushy. But here's what these completed burrito bowls look like. We have the chicken in there, the prepped rice. I put some spicy pinto beans in there that I got from my canned goods section in the pantry, some corn, salsa, cheese, and cilantro. So delicious. Definitely recommend this meal prep. This is one that I really look forward to eating during the busy work week. Okay, so next we're going to be making some instant pot hummus, and this is my new favorite way to make hummus at home. It turns out super creamy and delicious, and this is the cookbook that I'm using for this recipe. I'll link both the cookbook and type the recipe out down below, but essentially you're going to use your instant pot to cook some dried chickpeas and then make hummus out of it. So I'm starting out with my chickpeas in my instant pot, and I'm going to cover those with water and a little bit of baking soda and salt. This is sort of like a quick pre-soak that you would normally do to beans, and then once those are pre-soaked, then you put them back into the instant pot for 25 minutes on high pressure, and then they are cooked and you can go ahead with your hummus recipe. So I'm putting those into a food processor with some salt, and the key to super creamy and smooth hummus is just to let your food processor run for like 3 to 5 minutes. You really can't process it too much, and the smoother it is, the better it is. So just be patient. I added some tahini. Next, I'm going to add some lemon juice, and you can definitely get creative with this recipe. You could add jalapenos, you could add cilantro, smoked paprika, really anything that you'd like to flavor it to how you'd like it. And then I also added about 3/4 of a cup of the cooking water that the chickpeas cooked in. Make sure you add that because it does help thicken the hummus. Now, this is a little bit warm at this point, so I need to refrigerate it obviously for a couple hours before before we eat it, but I just drizzled some olive oil on the top, and then I'm going to shake on some of this Greek seasoning from Fresh Jack's. It's really, really good. So that is the completed hummus. I made this and we had it throughout the week with carrots and cucumbers and pita chips. So good. All right, so that is going to wrap it up for today's meal prep video. I hope that you guys enjoyed and that you got some ideas for your own meal prep. If you're planning on making one of these recipes, I would love to know which one, or more than one if you're planning on making more than one. I had a lot of fun meal prepping these recipes. Don't forget to check out Your Super, and thank you again to them for sponsoring today's video. You guys can get 15% off your order by using code Chapin, along with the link in the description box below. So make sure you check that out. I've been using their superfood powders for months now, and I love them. And when I use them consistently, I really do notice a difference in my energy. Thanks again. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.